We go, we're back again. Him, he's in there, look, the Carp Dog. We're at Sandhurst again. We're going to try a different swim this time. Getting a bit bored with the car park swim. So we're in swim 10. I'm going to get the gear out of the van. Going to get in the swim, get sorted out. Him and me, look, here he is. Going to get yourself sorted out, get the gear out. Welcome to this week's vlog. If the first time you've come across my channel and you like this type of videos and you want to see more, it may be worth hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon and you'll never miss another upload again. Well, Sandhurst, we're here, me and a fluffy creature. We've managed to get our house all set up. Everything's done. Door's actually up because it's very mild today. It's 8 degrees today. 8 degrees. It's been like 1s, 2s, 3s for the last 3 days. It's been really freezing. So we've got a mild patch today and tomorrow. Get this, it's meant to be 13 degrees in January. 13 degrees tomorrow. This weather is up and down like a mad thing this winter, isn't it? No wonder I'm blanking my arse off. It's just not happening, is it? So we've had a bit of a change of scenery. We're in swim 10. This was the last sort of area out in the middle there where I'm fishing that done fish. So, and that was what's the day? Today's Monday, and that was last Wednesday, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, so 3 or 4 days ago when we had a big wind. So we've got a bit more wind coming tomorrow. It's blowing a gentle westerly at the moment. It's going to blow a bit more southwesterly, a bit stronger. So we've got 2 days of wind. We've got rain coming tomorrow. So oxygenate the water. Hopefully we'll have a fish. I know I say that every bloody time. It's blankly blank checkbook and pen in it at the moment. We're struggling. There's no other word for it. We're struggling our arse off. Just not happening for me. So had a good walk round this afternoon. It's about an hour before dark. Haven't seen anything. Spoke to the bailiff over there. He said he'd seen a couple of fish in the middle. Another guy who you may recognise, the obsessive carper, Darren himself. He's turned up. He's got a 48 as well. So you'll be able to see his blog. He's in the car park, so hopefully we'll meet up with him over the next 2 days, unless it's pouring with rain, and we'll have a little chat with him, see what he's doing, see how he's approaching it as well. So he ain't been down here for ages, so he's having a nice little 48 hours. So we're in swim 10, me and a pork chop. We've found our rods out about 20, 21 wraps to where the silt depression is, straight in front and slightly to the right. Got the combi rigs on, but I've really of a mind. I found a little bit of weed out there, tiny, only little, starting to be little sprouts, but my little combi rigs, which are low at the bottom, I might change over tomorrow if I recast, depends what the weather's like, to the old hinge stiffy. So that'd be interesting, because I want to do a video on how to tie the hinge stiffy. I mean, you've seen them millions of times, and mine's no different really, but just to show you how I go about it and how I mount my baits and all that type of thing. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little change of rigs and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. What else is happening? Well, not a lot. We haven't seen anything. We've got 48 hours. Rods are out. They went out lovely, perfect. Took me quite a few casts though, I must admit, getting them out there. Set the bobbins, but there's mud everywhere. Look, there's chippings down, but there's mud. Look at the bivvy, look. Let me see that, but that is mud as you like. I'll probably lighten that up a bit so you can see that, but it's muddy as anything. My boots, look, muddy as anything, but it's going to be mild. We're going to have a lot more rain. Have the old ground sheets on, we're all tucked away. Not going to put no bait out. As I say, I'm fishing about 20, 21 wraps, about 7, 8 foot silt depression, and I found a bit of weed around it, so might sort of make sense why they've been coming out of this sort of middle areas. First sprouts of weed this winter. You know, it's been dying back, now it's starting to sprout. Spring's only a few weeks away now. You know, it's about a month away, so it won't be long, and all the birds will be, you know, doing what they do, and all the ducks will be mating, and the fish will be, you know, feeding again, hopefully. So I couldn't resist it. I had to come back down here. I've got to catch one out of it before the winter's over. I really have got to catch one. I'm really desperate for one. You know what it's like, guys. When you get on one of them runs of blankety blank checkbooks and pens, you just really want a fish. You're really gagging for one. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. I'm confident in what I'm doing. as I say, may have a little different approach. Oh, a little single bleep on the left hand rod. Probably the line just, you know, rectifying itself. I've only just cast them out there. So that's where we're at. I shall catch up with you soon. If anything happens, I'm going to relax, get the kettle on, and just keep watching to see if I see any fish. As soon as I see a fish, the old confidence levels go up, don't they? Like mega. Go and see him in there. The first thing he's done is shot in there before I could even get the bed up or anything. He's clawing the bed as usual, trying to get in. So that's where we're at. That's the tactics we're using. We're not putting no bait out. We're fishing singles. Oh, that's right. Water temperature 4.8, which is really cold. Really cold, but I expect that to go up by at least a degree over the next couple of days because we've got this warmer weather coming in. But that's cold. 4.7, 4.8, that's mega cold. You know, that's not conducive for a bite, if I'm honest, but it just feels so warm. And that will rise up. Pressure's sort of low, it's around about 1,000, which is good. So, you know, all we can do is try, can't we? So join me for 48 hours and we'll see what happens. See you soon. First light, looking good out there. Had a couple of liners last night and I've seen one this morning out towards my left, about 40 yards behind my left hand rod, well quite a way to the left of my left hand rod, in front of the two swims where there's two guys over the other side. So I always try and get out and up just on first light, because you never know, you might see one, and I've seen one, which is really encouraging, especially with them liners last night as well. It's very encouraging to actually see one. We see one last trip down, if you remember in my last vlog, we see one, but we didn't catch again, unfortunately. But what did happen, which I didn't tell you earlier on, was that after I packed up, where I'd seen that fish, the following morning, a guy actually had one from that same area, which is in front of this swim. So we was right last trip down when we was confident, and we see that one was getting liners and that, so it was in the right area, and it feels a bit like that. It feels like we're close to a bite. Spring's not far away either. You've probably got about 4 weeks, something like that, 4 weeks, so it's, you know, now I start getting up half an hour before first light and watching. Because you may see the odd one. It's mega mild as well. It's going to be 13 degrees today. How mad is that? 13 degrees. Real mild. And the water temperature, I've just checked it, it's gone up to 5.5. Don't forget yesterday it was 4.7, I think, yesterday morning. Where it's been mild overnight, water temperature's rising, which is only a good thing. You know, it just adds another little bit to the jigsaw. Just knowing, giving you that bit of confidence, that little waterproof temperature gauge, that it's on the rise, the temperature. It gives you a rough temperature of the margin. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm leaving the rods out till at least about 11, 12 o'clock, because we got a bit of rain this morning as well. So I'll leave the rods out. Depending on what I see, what happens, whether I change over to the hinge stiffies later on. I think I'm gonna change over. Just want to have a little change about. Just, you know, see. Change sometimes of rigs can give you that little bit of extra confidence and can sort of talk a fish into the net, so to speak. So that's what's happening this morning. No bites, unfortunately. A couple of liners and we've seen one. And I haven't even had my first cup of bloody Yorkshire tea yet this morning. Normally, first thing in the morning, when he hears me talking, he thinks, talking to the camera, doing my vlog, he thinks I'm talking to someone, there's someone in the swim. But this morning, he's not even, there's no movement at all. No movement. If I had a rustle, if I had a packet of crisps or a little rustle, mate, that little snozzle, that'd be out. He'd be on it straight away. But no, he's got a sixth sense. It's not food, it's me talking to the camera. Must be used to it now, bless him. Yeah, it's looking really nice. It's going to get windier as well. A bit more oxygen in the water. Yeah, it's looking like someone might have a bite. Oh, I forgot to tell you, sorry. Guy on the island over there, fishing out to the middle, he had one last night in the dark. So they're on the feed. Now there's chance of a bite. And we've seen one out there in the area, you know. And we've had liners. So, to me, they're all good signs that we've got a good chance of a bite. I'm going to get that kettle on. We'll keep watching, keep looking, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we may see a few more, and we may even get a bite at some point before we go home tomorrow. Right, catch you later. Total change of tactics, total change of plan. Reeled in, being the fluffy creature who's in there, went up the shops, got some more provisions, got some more steak for him, because he loves his steak. We got steak tonight. I'd schoolboy, I checked in the cooler box, and I forgot the steak that Mrs. B had got me. I remembered I didn't get it out the bloody fridge. She's going to do her nut. So I've had to go and buy another bit of steak, some vegetables and a few other bits and pieces, just to keep him and me happy for the night. So you may see him attacking me again for the old steak morsels. Bless his little cottons, eh? Little hooligan. Right, so what have we done? I've just got a rod. It's just about to start rain, so I'll probably be quick with this. Reeled in the rods. When I've got some more bits and pieces, I've totally changed over the rigs. I've gone on to the hinged stiffy. Now I love the hinged stiffy. It's a really good rig. Reason being was, I want a little change in rigs because the other ones weren't working, but then again, nothing's been coming out while I've been down. Plus I found a bit of weed out there, only about that high, but the other little combi rigs, they're low lying. They're a real low pop-up. These, I put them up about 2 inches, all three. Another reason being is I found a bit of chod out there as well. So on the deeper silty spots, which means to me they're not feeding on them, but I'm sure they're in the area out there. But I was getting liners and everything else, so I've dropped them short a little bit in that sort of chod, but I've put them right up, 2 inches up, pop-ups. 2 on white, 1 on a pink one, like a washed out pink and a fluoro white. So we've got them on. We've got the hinge stiff rigs on. Also, if you notice, my rods, my tips are right in the water. Now another reason being is we've got a big wind coming tonight. I mean, we've got a hooligan wind coming about 5 o'clock in the morning, pouring down rain tomorrow, but it creates a massive undertow. So I want my lines down as much as possible. I don't want them up in the air, so that undertow just takes those lines even further. Also, the swans are a bloody nightmare. If you put your tips in the water about 6 inches down, you don't get any problems from swans. I get them beeping and they're coming up in between them, but you never get caught up in one. Famous last words, eh? So that's another little tip for you there. Put your rods, if you've got swan problems, in the margins. 1, don't put any food or bait in the margins because they're on it. But 2 is to get those lines down. And a third little bonus tip is that if you're having it off in a swim and you're getting down regularly, when someone comes to see you, they're not going to see where your lines are going. So they can't cast on your spot and try and catch the fish that you put all the hard work in for. So there's a couple of little things that I do. And the reason I've changed those rigs around to higher pop-ups because of the weed and the chod out there. And maybe I want to say a little bit more in their face if they're swimming about out there. Right, so it's just about to rain. We've got some hooligan weather coming tonight, early hours of the morning, so that's going to be great. Tomorrow's going to be raining all day. I've got my waterproofs out the van as well. It's going to be pouring down. And hooligan winds up to about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, just on pack up time. Lovely, eh? So that's where we're at, that's what's happening. What's the time now? It is 12:30, so we've got about 4 hours till dark o'clock. Actually, about 5 hours. No, sorry, about 4.5 hours. But the light is getting lighter earlier and it's getting darker later, which means it's on the turn. Spring is not far away. I can't wait for it to come. I normally love my winter fishing, but we just haven't been having them, and it's been up and down so much. Pressure, wind, cold. I mean, it's 13 degrees today. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, it was like -1 at night. I mean, you know, that's a 14-degree swing. Water temperature has gone up to 6 degrees, so that's looking good. That's come up from what, 4.6, 4.7 yesterday, 4.8, something like that. That's come right up, and I was telling me at the weekend it was 3.8, which is freezing o'clock. I wouldn't even bother at 3.8 if I'm honest, but I would do on here if there was weed and it was fishing well. So that's where we're at. That's what's happening. That's the tactics. Not put no bait out. I'm fishing in that silk gully. I've spaced the 3 rods out a little bit wider because I haven't got anyone next to me at the moment and no one on the other side, so I'm trying to cover as much ground as possible, trying to wheel one of them fish up into the net. Well, it's just starting to spit now. We've got a couple of hours of spitty rain, then that wind's going to slowly, gradually increase. Haven't seen any more fish. Saw that one this morning just on first lights. It's always worth getting up early. From now onwards, really, I get up early, half an hour before first light, and whatever water I'm on, that's when they tend to show, if they're going to show. Right, that's me. I'm going to get the kettle on. Going to give him a nudge, but he's been sleeping too much. And we're going to watch, listen, and hopefully see a couple of fish and hopefully catch one. Catch you later. Well, morning. It's just on first light. Oh, kettle's boiling. Just got a brew on the go. Let's just turn him off. It's blowing a hooligan, you might say. We've got to have a brew, haven't you, first thing in the morning. Right, I sorted that. Yeah, it's blowing an absolute hooligan. It has been for about the last hour. I'm not too bad here because we're just sheltered. We're in a little bit of a dip in this swim 10 on Sandhurst. And over the other side, it's proper, the trees are blowing over the place. Don't you see out there? It's just first light and it's starting to blow up. Look at him, look, here he is. He's out the bag, first time this session. But yeah, it's just starting to rain as well. We've got about 3 hours before we got to pack up, so it's last chance saloon, isn't it, really, to get a bite before we go. One little liner in the night, had me get up, a couple of bleeps, but apart from that, very quiet. Wonder how the old obsessive carp was getting on down there. He's right in the wind, he is down there. Don't you see down there? Look, he's right over there, but he's right on the tail of it. He is. Sod that, I tell you. But yeah, we still got a chance. Still got maybe a bit of hope. As long as them rods are on the dance floor, mate, you've always got a chance, haven't you? Yeah, you've got to be in it to win it. So I'm going to drink me brew, make me brew, get sorted, him and me, got my boots on ready, because if I'm going to get a bite, it's going to be now, really, isn't it? You know, if I'm going to get a bite, it's going to be with this wind blowing it up before we go. Well, that's what I'm kidding myself anyway, because just seem to be struggling over Sandhurst this winter. But then again, everyone is, you know, it's little windows of opportunity when they have a little feed, because of all the natural in it at the moment, because of the no weed. It's you know, it's just those little windows of opportunity, and if you're here and you're in the right place, you're lucky enough to have a bite. I mean, it does do a few bites every now and again, normally in these conditions when it's really windy, so we've still got a chance before we go home. But that's where we're at. Right, I'm going to get me tea made, sort him out, old sleepyhead. I'll keep watching, keep looking, and hopefully we'll snag one before we have to pack up in the rain. It's going to pour down all day. It's not fun packing up in the rain with all this mud as well. Look at all the mud on the floor. Oh mate, it's like a pigsty in a bivvy. Right, catch you soon, guys. Well, we've given it a couple of hours. It's blowing a hooligan out there still. Luckily, we're on the back of it. Water temperature's gone up, 7.4. Oh my God, look, he's out. He's rearing to go home. Having a little woof. Look at him, look. Thinks there's people around, doesn't he? As soon as I start talking into the camera, he's having a turn. Look, he's up and he's about, first time I've seen him for about 12 hours. And he's around and everything. But it may look good out there. The water temperature may have gone up significantly and he's jumping around like a little bloody kangaroo. But it's that time when you have to pack up. You have to go home. You have to go work. Still hopeful while I'm packing up. I'm going to have a slow pack away of the gear. It's raining, it's windy, there's mud everywhere, but we've enjoyed it. See that one fish that was it. Really surprises me. It was a precious low. You got wind, water temperature zoomed up. Haven't seen anything all morning. I can't work it out. You know, you would have thought it'd be on for a bite. Eked it out as long as I can, but now, like we all know, it's time to go home. So, if you like these videos, guys, and you'd like to see more of these videos, it may be worth hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. See you for the next video.